pressure that we throw away. Conventionality belongs to yesterday. There is a chance that we can make it so far. We stop believing now we can be who we are. Greece is the word that you heard. It's got groove, it's got meaning.
Hello, everybody, and happy Tuesday. I hope everybody had a fantastic Memorial Day weekend. I felt like it was so incredibly busy personally wise. I feel like we did so much stuff over the weekend, but it was tons of fun. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it just as much as I did. And I even got to go to the movies. I was so super excited. We took my daughter to the movies to see Garfield. So, just kind of highlights from this weekend. But as everybody is coming in, don't forget to hit that like button. And, tonight, man, I feel like there's a lot to talk about as always. And, it's going to be a DoorDash night as well because the couple of days ago, I actually received, wait for it, it's my Dasher-Versary. I don't remember getting any Dasher-Versary stuff in the past, but maybe because it's 5 years or maybe I'm just not that special. I don't know. Um, but yeah, 5 years. Can you believe it? 5 years. It seems like literally just yesterday. And the funny thing is 5 years. It was not all full time. I did start out as part time, and then eventually I went full time, and here we are. And there is another milestone. So not only is it my 5th year with DoorDash, I looked and I couldn't believe this. I looked at it right before. I knew I was close, but I looked at it right before I got on and another milestone was hit. 13,002 deliveries. So I reached 13,000 and this is just on DoorDash. You guys all know that I multi-app and use my other apps. DoorDash just isn't my only app that I use. So I don't even know how much I'm at this point. Well over 20,000 between all the apps at this point. One of these days I'll have to pull it up and really the only thing is like Grubhub, you never know how many deliveries you've really done. So that's kind of the missing piece a lot of times. So 13,000 and as long as let me pull myself back up. I always say and I over God, I don't even know how many videos and ride-alongs at this point I've done on this channel, but as long as I keep making money, as long as you guys enjoy seeing the stuff I put out, I will hopefully be around for another 13,000 deliveries and taking you guys along with me. So it kind of coincided with each other, my DoorDash anniversary and the 13,000. Right before I'm like, oh, I wonder how many deliveries I do have. And I'm like, oh crap, I do have 13,000. So I guess we have more to celebrate. Before we get into DoorDash tonight, let me just quick say hello to everybody. Hey Sheila, how are you? Becky, what's going on? Thomas, how are you? Josh, how are you? Am I missing? Anthony, what's going on? Bubba Sue, how are you? I feel like I'm missing somebody, so bear with me. Hey Jaywalk, how are you? Alex, how are you? What's going on? Good evening, everybody. Thank you guys. Donna, how are you? There's a whole bunch of people here tonight. This is so much fun. Frank, how are you? Alex said, I think I got caught up with everybody. So here we are. You know, God, over the year, I mean, I feel like I kind of do this almost every milestone. So we'll do it again. But, it's funny because there's sometimes I do videos and people think like I'm new to the game, and when when do I become a veteran? That's what I really want to know. When do I become a veteran in the DoorDash space? Because I get some comments sometimes that says, you're new to this, you'll get a hang of it. I'm like, I'm not new to this. It's either that or I'm not putting out the right content that you think that I'm new to this. But you know, as they say, when do I become a veteran in the gig world with over $13,000? $13,000. I wish it was $13,000. 13,000 deliveries. And yes, there are many drivers who have many more deliveries than I do. And hats off to you. Like I said, I started this wasn't even all full time. I started this for as part time for a while before I even went full time. And the one thing I think I've learned, so the one thing I've learned is there's money to be made on in the gig economy. Period. There is just money to be made, and as much as we might sometimes talk negatively about DoorDash and negatively about a lot of these gig apps, sometimes, and some of their practices, they're paying us. And that's the bottom line. And I couldn't be more grateful, I guess, for the opportunity to be able to go out every single day, make my own schedule, make the money that I want to make, and still be able to do this, do YouTube, be a mom, do everything. I always say there's never enough hours in a day, but DoorDash and all these other apps allow me to do what I need to do individually, financially, and also to achieve better goals out there. So, if that's one thing I've learned over the years, like there's still money out there. There's still money to be made, lots of money to be made. It's just evolving. I've seen the highs of DoorDash. I've seen the lows of DoorDash. I've seen some of the worst times in DoorDash. And heck, you never know. The best has maybe even yet to come. I'll be positive about this, right? So, and I feel like the one thing that I do as a driver myself is I experiment on how to be a better driver, a better dasher, what programs work, what programs don't work. There aren't many things that I would ever shy away from to see if as a driver it would make me more money, even if it fails somewhere down the line, because you never know until you try. And that's kind of what the bottom line is I've tried Earn by Time, I've tried Top Dasher, and this is when I went for Top Dasher, it was like, oh my god, you're going for Top Dasher, like it was like the worst thing it was the worst thing ever. I'm like, what do I have to lose, right? Mary, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But the way I went into it is I always talked about Top Dasher. I even denounced Top Dasher. But how can I talk about something I've never done personally? And I've always done that doing DoorDash programs. Same thing with Earn by Time. Like, how can I talk good or bad about Earn by Time and never really do it? And that's the whole entire thing of experimenting with DoorDash. I experimented with different zones, different areas, different parts of New Jersey, because you never know what combination is going to be the right combination for you as a driver to make money. So hopefully, if that is like the one thing, hopefully I portrayed over, these years of doing DoorDash, never shy away from trying something new if it's going to get you more money. even if it might not be the most popular route that you want to take on the DoorDash platform. Christopher Taylor, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Um, so those are kind of, some of the top things that, I was thinking about. You know, I don't ever claim to be better than another driver out there. I just try to give you guys as much knowledge as I have from my own experiences and even the bad experiences. So that way, if I do make a mistake, you don't make the same mistake I do. As ridiculous as I might look sometimes, and you might be screaming at the video saying, Kim, what the heck are you thinking about doing that? Or, Kim, why did you do that? You know what? I would rather you think negatively about me and me portray that this is exactly what happened. So you guys learn to not do what I've done. And I'm okay. I am humbled by this whole experience, and humbled by you guys who come and support me and really, you know, say wonderful things and positive things with me and have stuck by my side through a lot of this journey. So it's been, and I think that's it, right? It's been a journey. I mean, I started when I first started doing DoorDash. Can anybody guess what the base pay was on DoorDash? Actually, this would be kind of fun. Tell me if you guys can guess. Can you guys guess what the base pay was when I first started DoorDash? And those of you who started around the same time might actually get this right. But can you guys guess what the base pay was of DoorDash when I first started? Go ahead, put it in the comments. I'm just curious. Yeah, you guys are like right on $5. And I'll never forget one of my very first dashes I've ever done. And I couldn't believe that someone was paying me to do this. They literally, and well, this is a medium, Dr. Pepper from McDonald's. Someone paid me $5 to go pick up a diet Coke at the time, but it was a large, and bring it to their house. I'm like, and it was going like a half a mile. And I'm like, why is someone paying me $5 to go a half a mile to bring them a Diet Coke? Like it blew my mind. But that was one of my very first experiences on the DoorDash app. Hey Monique, how are you? There's a whole bunch of people coming in. Hey, it's High Speed Drifter. I think I saw Red Rocket out there. Um, but it's so funny. I guess that was one of like the funniest things. But my to be on the very first order I did, honestly, was a disaster. I picked up an order. This is actually so true, but funny at the same time. My husband, first of all, came with me for like my first couple of nights of doing DoorDash until like I felt comfortable because he had already started doing DoorDash before me. And I picked up an order, and I remember it was like a local hot dog place, and it was during the summer. And I go to do the dropout, and this lady comes storming out of her house. Very first customer I ever had. And she goes, "What took you so?" And she was yelling that the order took so long and she was going to go pick it up. And how dare I take so long? And I'm like, here's your order. Have a good night. Like I had no idea. My first experience was a lady coming out of her house screaming because her order was late, and that was before Leave at Door even existed. This was like when every single order, like someone actually had to grab the order from you, and it's just so funny. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry, most gigs. Sorry. Um, But anyway, so those were like my very first experiences on the DoorDash app. So fast forward today, we went in 4 years, we went from $5 down to $2. Where did the $3 go? That's the only thing I'm saying. Where did the $3 go in 4 years? It's like it's a little less than $1 per year, but the whole principle is darn DoorDash. We went from $5 to $2 in a matter of 4 years. Yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And it's funny because, Sheila, you said, I mean, you were surprised that I continued after that. I guess at the time I was a manager in retail and I deal with angry customers every single day. Honestly, this was just another angry customer yelling at me from what I was used to. So I didn't think much of it. I was just like, oh, here's your order. Have a good day. And, I killed her with kindness. And at the end, she's just like, oh, well, maybe it's not the driver's fault that I'm yelling at. I'm like, I just picked it up, lady. I don't know what else to tell you. um, but yeah, it's been a crazy ride. Thank you so much. Happy Dash anniversary. Actually, I kind of think that's kind of cute the way that they actually came up with that. But um the high speed drifter, your second order was a very angry restaurant worker who said it was terrible that I showed her my phone. I canceled the order and told her she was the rudest person I've ever met. It's funny, we always think about like the worst customer experience, and it just, what are the chances of like my very first customer like yelling at me as I'm coming up to her house? I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna get like a 1 star right off the bat, and I didn't even do my first order yet. Um but man, how times have changed. But it's so funny that we've seen programs come and go, but you know what, the one thing that has always, in my opinion, will never change and will always be DoorDash. And you're not going to like it. We always have to adapt. DoorDash never really tells us things are coming, changes are coming. They just kind of throw it at you and say, here it is. And as a driver, it's like literally a matter of you have to accept it, do it, adapt to it to make money, or you know what, leave the platform altogether. And I think, a lot of times people go, oh my God, what am I going to do? Oh my God, what am I going to do? And then you figure it out and you start making money all over again. And it's been honestly an amazing ride, and hopefully very more years and more deliveries to come. Ah, you were my seventh subscriber. Oh my god, I can't believe it. You know, it's funny thing about, you know, being on this channel, and thank you, Thomas, for a lot of you guys for being with me for so long and for so many years. And I know there's some new people here too. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I said it again and I'll say it again until you guys hear it loud and clear. I'm humbled by each and every one of you. But you know what I was thinking today as I was driving? Sometimes do you guys do some of like your best thinking as you're driving? I feel like I do some of my best thinking as I am driving. Is Would we know, without YouTube and without this community of drivers and gig tubers, and we're such a small community, and just think of how many drivers don't watch YouTube and don't watch all the things that we talk about and the programs that are changing. If we didn't have these channels and we didn't have each other to talk to, what would happen when the platinum or the rewards program just rolled out? Like, we already knew what to do because we talked to each other and we talked to people across the entire United States and sometimes even in other countries. So we knew what to expect. But think about those drivers who don't watch YouTube and aren't part of this community, that they're like, what the heck is this? Like, they just got the email for the very first time. They didn't know it was coming. So I would like to think that we have created a very positive community that has helped drivers has helped all of us learn programs, adapt to programs, and do it quickly. So that way, when stuff rolls out like that just rolled out, we know what to do already as a driver. We know to go out and make money because we're already anticipating these programs coming out. And I think that's the fun of, in my opinion, doing what we do and interacting with each other, right? I always say, you guys are my coworkers, right? Like, this is to me our hangout time. This is water cooler time. This is break room time. That's why I started doing lunch with Kim, which I haven't done in a while. But it's our chance to talk to one another and really feel out the pulse of what's going on, not just DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, any of these other apps. And really, my whole entire point of doing DoorDash, first of all, was to make money. And second of all, to do this channel and really um teach and show people the experience so they know how to make money as well. And I started when I started full time and I started doing this channel, my goals were always $1,000 to $1,500 per week. Could I do more if I had time? Yes. As a mom, I don't have time to work the amount of hours that requires me to make more than that, but my goals have never changed. And I have DoorDash and all these other apps have allowed me to achieve my goals every single week that I go out there and make it. And I think that's, to me, the most important part, right? We're out here to make money. I'm still a full time driver. I still need to make my goals. And, hopefully it shows every single time that I go out that I'm in the trenches working right alongside of you. Uh, we are thankful for you guys like you and Zach sharing your experience. Thank you, Frank. I really appreciate it. Um, and I'm sorry, I'm seeing this right here. Where are you located? Guys, where I'm located has nothing to do with the orders we share, what we do on a daily basis. It has nothing to do with anything. We're here to go out, we're here to have fun, we're here to make money, and my location really has nothing to do with where I go or how I do or how I make my money. It's all about the experience and going out and making the money. Um but yeah, my goals have never changed. And just last week, I still made $1,000 on DoorDash. I still had all my catering apps. I still had money on Uber Eats and Grubhub and Instacart. Like, as much as I talk about DoorDash, I'm still a multi-apper. And that's where it all comes from. Like, I'm still a multi-apper to the point where, if DoorDash, don't listen to this. Tune out your ears if you're listening to this. If I ever get deactivated, I'm going to be fine. I know how to go out and make money without the DoorDash platform. I just choose DoorDash is a really good source of income in my area, and it's a good way of me making my money and working apps around it. But I found the way that if DoorDash goes away tomorrow, I'm going to be okay. And that's why I keep trying new apps. I keep working new apps. I keep working apps throughout the entire day. So that way it is always embedded that I am always going to be making my money. Eric, I totally did move to Maine, so thank you, and I really appreciate you guys protecting me as much as you guys do in some of these comments. So I do appreciate it. um, I truly appreciate you creating this kind community. You deserve props. Thank you. You know, and I've done this from the beginning. I just really believe, and I've always believed in killing people with kindness. I could probably grow quicker. I can probably be more negative and, get things done quicker than what I'm doing. But that's not what this is about. This is really about going out and making money and showing how to make money and being an inspiration and motivator to go out and make money. So that's what, to me, it's all about. And when I make a mistake, I'm humbled to say I made a mistake and show you guys what that mistake is. despite the comments that I actually get. So Maine has great lobster. They do have great lobster and really good lobster rolls too. Even though New Jersey has some lobster rolls, before, I think it was Josh, I'm sorry, I was not forgetting you. Pork roll versus Taylor ham, it is pork roll. I'm just saying. I know Anthony and Thomas, we go back and forth with this all the time, but for those of you who are listening and I'm from New Jersey, it is pork roll, not Taylor ham. um, what apps do you recommend for people who live in towns with no restaurants or large stores? Um, I hate to say you have to experiment with a lot of these apps. I mean, you can experiment with Roadie, you can experiment with, I mean, as much as I talk badly about them, I mean, almost every area has a Walmart. There's tons of Targets around here. Like, there's so many apps that work so many different ways in different markets that you have to figure out what apps are available even in your own market and do it. Like, I even signed up for an app that wasn't even available in my market the other day, or a couple of months ago. Actually, it was probably about 2 months, 3 months ago. And knowing it wasn't available in my market, but I did that with a couple of my catering apps in the beginning, and slowly they trickled into my area, and I was already signed up. I was already ready to go, and it kind of hit my area, and I was off the ground running. So, it's just something to think about. Going forward with apps, but I don't know everybody's individual area. I just know if I see a new app, I try to sign up for it and I try it. And if it works, it works. If it adds money to my totals, it adds money. If it doesn't, you know what? It just stays on my phone. You never know if you're going to need it down the line. I always say, when busy times are busy times, you're making money. You really don't think about it. It's when times are really slow that you break out the other apps that you don't normally. I always say you dust them off, right? So think about like January, one of the most slowest times we go through as drivers. In some of our areas, it might be summer, not so much in mine, but in some areas, it might be summer. But you never know when you're going to need an app based off of how apps are performing, based off of even times of the year. And there's nothing worse. And I think this is like the one of the hard lessons. My very first winter, January, I went through as a full-time dasher. You never know how slow it's gonna be until you actually physically live it, and you're used to the money coming in because it's December and orders are coming in and orders are coming in. You're like, "Oh my god, this is the best thing ever." And then you get to January and you're like, the faucets turn off, you're like, "Oh my god, what the heck just happened?" And that's when I actually really started to really expand and really figure out, okay, well, I can't just rely on this. I need to do this, this, and this to still make my money. Well, they always say, right? When there's a will, there's a way. And when there's an app, there's a way. There's always going to be an app. God, there's not even just like apps for like food delivery and grocery delivery. I mean, I even started, like, I haven't done it, so don't quote me on this, but I even started looking at, like, there's transcribing apps. I feel like there's an app for everything. So, you know, go to figure out what your interest is, I'll say, and then kind of go from there. So, Thomas, you said DoorDash and Instacart. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I always say start with the big guns first. If the big guns don't work in your area, then you can start expanding to other apps that might be secondary to what's located in your area. Like, I know some of you guys like kill it on Roadie. I can't tell you the last time I did a Roadie because it's really not available around my area. So once again, I still have it. I still look at it from time to time. I'm not opposed to doing an order, and it might be one of those apps that I'll dust off during some of the slow time to see if it might pick up something that I might be lacking in some of the other apps. So point pickup no longer I know, point pickup no longer exists. A lot of us did well on point pickup. Point pickup was okay for me. Point pickup had a lot of partnerships with other supermarkets that you literally just went pick up groceries and delivered them. Um, it was just another kind of another grocery type of pickup and drop off, and then it went out of business. Has it been a year? I don't even think it's been a year since it went out. They had some shopping, on there. Trying to think what else they had on there. Is that or am I confusing Rody with Point Pickup? Who has the, I think that's Rody who has the pharmacy deliveries. I think that's Rody. I was gonna say it was Point Pickup, but I don't think it was Point Pickup. Yeah, there are wait lists, as I'm looking at Eric's comment. There are wait lists on some of these apps. Hence, I've been on the wait. I'm not bitter. I've been on the wait list for Amazon for 2 years now. So I'm not I'm not opposed to wait lists. I'm not immune to them. I am still on a wait list for freaking Amazon. And I see new Amazon regular drivers every single day. And I'm like, really? People are getting on and I can't even get on to Amazon. Oh, good news is, a whole bunch of Amazon Fresh stores are opening up in New Jersey, coming soon, so that's actually pretty cool. I was reading an article about that the other day, so it'd be really interesting to see because I think they have, like, that new cart technology that you're supposed to just, like, put the items in your cart, and it's you're like, you can actually check out through your cart, so there's not even, like, a line you have to go through, which I actually think it's pretty cool. Mhm. Hey, Bud Soda, 5 years. DoorDash. Yeah, I agree. Um, but yeah, so anyway, highs and lows, goals, it's just I honestly like I said, as much as frustrating as DoorDash can be, they've been good to me. They've given me money. They make a paycheck. And for, how many times does this like I ignore it now or I actually have a comeback um for all these comments. Does this bother you guys when say get a real job? Does that bother anybody? It used to bother me. Now it doesn't. I'm just so used to it. I can't, if I had a dollar for every time someone has said get a real job, I would probably be rich by I'd be rich by now. But my newest thing is what makes this not a real job? That's usually my question back. And of course, I never get an answer. What makes this not a real job? And I know I've talked about this before in the past. We get paid money, we pay taxes. To me, that's a real job. Like, I don't understand the mindset of it's not a real job. You get paid money, it's a real job. You pay taxes, it's a real job. It's a job. Um, and it's been a job that has allowed me to be independent for a whole lot of years now. So, like I said, as much as we, bitch and moan and complain, it's been good. So, I guess, if I had wine, cheers to another 13th. Oh, wine. Maybe I can do wine after I get off of this. Maybe we can actually sit down and have wine tonight. But um yeah, cheers to another hopefully 13,000 going. Yeah, Shipped isn't my thing. Christopher Taylor kills it on Shipped. I don't think Ryan is here, but Ryan kills it on Shipped. Um, I personally hate the pay structure of Shipped, so I've had a hard time getting behind Shipped. It's not that I haven't tried it. It's just not my jam. But I know people love it. Yeah, Christopher Taylor, it's his main app. He kills it on Shipped. There's a lot of people who do kill it on Shipped. Every time I turn on Shipped, thinking I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do a Shipped order today, just so I can actually message Christopher Taylor on Instagram saying I did one. And I don't know, maybe my market is just full of Shipped drivers. I haven't had much luck with Shipped, but yeah, I just for some reason I've had worse luck maybe on Shipped than maybe the normal driver, or maybe I just haven't really gotten into Shipped. You know, I can't tell you how many times I've done shops thinking, "Oh my god, this is gonna be fantastic," and then you get no tip afterwards. There was one time I got a tip, like, 3 weeks later. Like, it's to me, that drives me crazy that I don't know the payout, especially when I'm doing a shop. But maybe it's just a mental thing with me, and how I operate. I like to know upfront exactly what I'm getting myself into, especially when it comes to shopping. But that's always been me. Speaking, I'm gonna go off the rail for half a second. Speaking of shopping, you know, has anybody noticed? And I talk about shop and deliver, and I'm going to talk about shop and deliver because I'm going to have a video coming out tomorrow, so I don't want to go too much into it. But shop and delivers. Have you guys been noticing how good DoorDash base pay is lately with shop and delivers? Like, I feel like every time it's funny, I turn on Instacart and I do a shop and deliver on DoorDash, and that $5 base pay on Instacart, and then you turn around and sometimes you can have a $10 base pay, $12 base pay on DoorDash. You're like, wow, DoorDash is actually killing it with shop and delivers, especially lately. So, just something to look at. I know a lot of you guys say that you're not into shopping, and I get it. I was the same way. I refused to do shopping for so long, but I want you to see the value in doing shopping if it's going to get you to your goals quicker. So, that's the only reason why I talk about it a lot, is because I want everybody to see the value that you can get some really decent orders, especially when you have base pays as high as DoorDash has been paying on some of these shop and delivers. So, and a lot of times I get comments that, I don't like shopping because I don't know where anything is. I'm not familiar with the store itself. And honestly, in my opinion, DoorDash is even sometimes better than Instacart when it comes to aisles and aisle numbers and finding the items. So I'm just saying. So just don't close your eyes, and be open to some of the orders that come into your phone. You know, it was a shop, Frank. It was a shop and pay night the other night. It was like shop and pay, shop and pay, shop and pay, and I'm like, and if that's the way I'm gonna make my money, I'll never turn down any way that's gonna make money for me. And any type of order, whether it's food delivery, whether it's shopping delivery. I'm not crazy about it, but I did add alcohol delivery to my mix as well. So, once again, I'm not opposed to ever trying something new if it's going to bring me more money. If they want to have me do a all night of shopping, shopping I go. If they want me to do a all night of food delivery, here I come. I'm an equal opportunity order dasher in the DoorDash app. Ah, yeah. There's one restaurant, on Dollar General and one grocery store here. Oh, oh, you really are limited, huh? Dollar General, I feel for you. I am not a fan of Dollar General. I'll do them if they're given to me, obviously, but oh, some Dollar Generals are a hot stinking mess. Oh, yeah. Mary, if you want me to walk around the store for 45 minutes, I think she took me more than $2. Yeah. Hey, I don't care. As long as you're going to pay me, you can give me whatever order you want to give me, as long as you're going to pay me. and I'll do a darn good job doing it. And I would really like to think that over these years, oh my God, I can't speak, over these years, one thing I do pride myself on is my customer service. So anytime I get a 1 star, man, it kills me because I know I do a hot bag every single delivery. Like, even to this day, even though orders don't say catering bag required, I still use my catering bag. So I know I give really great customer service, and I pride myself on the professionalism that I do for my customers. And, you know, that's another thing. You get your regular customers, they get to know you. And I think that's what it's all about, is really connecting with this community, which I'm humbled by, and also connecting with my community itself, and really having the same effect. So, mm. Oh, Dollar General, I am, like I said, just not a fan of Dollar General. I had, God, I think I was live with you guys, was a month or so ago. I was live with you guys, and I had to do a Dollar General, and oh my God, it was it was not good. I can't even tell you how many substitutions it was. I think it was like 15 items, 12 items. I can't remember how long it was, but something that should have taken me like instantly quick, no, no, it did not, because everything was a substitution, because it was literally all over the place. Ugh, yeah. I'm not a big Dollar General person. Oh, Donna, you overthink your deliveries. You're fine, Donna. Go out and make your money. Tell Gary to leave you alone. I'm just kidding. Sorry, Gary. I don't even know whether Gary's listening or not. Ah, Mary, you've only had repeat customers 3 times. Oh my god, I can't tell you. I go to the same customer at least like 2 or 3 times a week sometimes, and I'm probably thinking they're like, "This girl again?" Like, I really think sometimes they think this, or they think, "Don't think I have any other Dashers out there?" I see so many of the same customers, and there's some customers I love, and they're handed to me customers, and you get to talk. And there was one customer who was a repeat customer of mine. I haven't had him in so long. I feel like DoorDash changes the algorithm, and I have nothing to base this on. This is just a complete um observation, by the way. Is I had this customer. First of all, I think DoorDash changes the algorithm, that once you get used to certain customers, I feel like they change the algorithm, and then you start getting new customers again. So I feel like your database of customers keeps expanding. So you keep getting new customers, but you're always getting orders that go back to the same customers. So somebody who I might have delivered to like 4 years ago, I might be delivering to again, like in this year coming up 4 years later. I don't know, just something that I've observed over the years. But anyway, so there was this gentleman, and every time I would go to his house, it was a big, huge house, gorgeous house, and he would talk about his grandkids, and I would talk about my daughter, and they're the same age, and we would get always into a conversation. And every single time, I would like to think it's because it's me. On top of what he would tip, he would always give me a $50 cash bill. And he was the sweetest man ever. And I haven't gotten him in a while. That's why I think like the algorithms change a lot in DoorDash, that even though sometimes like I'll see the same customers, it'll change again. And then I'll go to another set of customers, and it'll change again. And then I'll keep getting other customers. But yeah, where was it? So, Thomas, you hit 11,000. That's amazing. Yeah, I beat you. I don't know whether you're not a rookie, my friend. That's what I said. When do I become a veteran? In the eyes of everybody, when do I become a veteran? And Sheila, thank you so much. Member for 1 month. Oh, thank you. 5 years. Congratulations on 5 years and 13,000 deliveries. Still can't believe it. So, anyway, guys, I just wanted to come out here, share my knowledge tonight, be with you guys, have some fun. Good way for us to sit back, relax, and enjoy each other, which I do every single Tuesday with each and every one of you. Don't forget, I know I put it in the comments. Don't forget to give this video, I was going to say video, this live, a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. I see 25 people here. So, 25 thumbs up would be absolutely fantastic. And I will be back again next Tuesday. I have a video coming out tomorrow, Rodeo Roundtable at 9 o'clock on Thursday. That's Eastern, by the way. So that's kind of my week coming up. And that's really it. Thank you guys so much for being here. This will be on podcast tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So, in case you want to listen to it as you're driving, it will be on every major podcast station that is out there. So, guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new. And if you're driving, please stay safe. Remember, kindness is always free. I love you guys. I hope everybody has a fantastic evening. I'll see you guys in the next live or the next video. Bye, everyone.
Stop believing now. We can be who we are. This is the word that you heard. It's got root, it's got meaning. Greece is the time, it's the place, it's the motion.